showtime.
Our friends. Let me tell y'all something. So listen, don't adjust your screen. Normally you have Dr. Love here, but right now it's your man Sauce Bronson and Mania Night One in the books. Pretty enjoyable show. Listen, I don't know about y'all. I was pretty pleased. I'm not even gonna hold you guys up. So just to recap, sorry I'm a little unprepared at the moment, but let's see. So just to recap, John Cena versus Austin Theory, good. Let's say great opener, and we'll say awesome opener. Can't be mad at all at it. I was actually, on point. Then let's see, you had Rollins, and I know I'm going kind of out of order, but yeah, Seth freaking Rollins versus Logan Paul, very top notch as well. Very good match. The only thing that what threw me off was, I guess the dude's name was KSI, but I was really expecting to have Jake Paul be the guy that was in the blue bottle. Obviously, we all knew somebody was going to be in there, but but be as it may, listen, once again, I keep trying to tell y'all, keep trying to preach the gospel of Logan Paul. I'm telling y'all, guys, money. Like you don't need you. Obviously, you're not going to have him at wrestle every show, but it's the reason why he's a good attraction. Next off, we have Rey Mysterio versus Dominic Mysterio. I'll be honest with you, I was a little bummed out about the pin because normally you leave the business on your back, but apparently it also makes you think that why did Rey go in the Hall of Fame? If this is all going to take place, whatever. But as far as the reaction for the match, I enjoyed it. Dominic, hell of a heel. The dude, let's say he's a scumbag and he's fucking awesome. Hell, look what we got in the house. So going over a few more matches. Obviously the headliner Usos break. We just got fresh off of Usos and versus Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. Listen, this has been going on for over 6 months now. We finally got an ending to it. We got brand new tag team champions, which I'll be honest with y'all, it's been long overdue. We've been tired of seeing these dudes with these belts. And this is not the 30s, this is not the 40s anymore where you have like one show like every 3 years. So shout out to those guys. I'm pretty thrilled about it. Let's see. So we got all. Okay, I'm gonna say Papa Mafia will be back. So we got Cena versus. So I already talked about Cena versus Theory. Charlotte Flair versus Rhea Ripley. I know we said on the podcast like this. How this match could be better. How this match could possibly be better than the first one. I'll say I stand by what I said. That match was on point. They as far as those two women, they beat the hell out of each other to the point where Charlotte might even have a broken nose. But listen, shout out to those women. Let's see, who else do we have? Went over Cena versus Austin Theory, Cena versus Theory, Charlotte versus Ripley, Usos, Kevin Owens. We got Seth versus Paul, Did Mysterios. And then I guess we got to talk about the other two tag matches that happened. The men's tag match, and I'll be honest with you, I kind of left during the bathroom break for a minute. I was like, they did what they did. I'm just talking about the men's tag match. I was like, it was all right. I didn't really care for it.
The men's versus
no, not the men's, not that. We haven't got to that yet.
Okay, what are we on now? What match are we on?
So I'll just kind of give a quick rundown of everything. But right now, I'm talking about the I forgot. The men's match, the men's tag match. We had Strowman, Ricochet, you had the Street Profits, Alpha Academy.
I missed that match.
I don't
know where I was. Maybe watching the game, basketball game.
Yeah. I was also talking about the women's tag match. Didn't care for that either. But so those are pretty much my thoughts. My thoughts overall, pretty solid night one. If I had to, off the top of my head, if I had to go out of the headlocks, 3 solid headlocks. Not mad at it at all. I say it might change the form, but right now we're gonna keep it at 3. So, Papa Mafia. Austin, I say we had the opener. Cena versus Theory.
Okay, so I picked Cena to win this. I thought he would. I thought they would give him a nice exit out. Though I should have rethought about this because I forgot that Theory had the belt. They were gonna, but there's gonna be another Cena match. There has to be. They're not gonna send him off in a losing effort, right? But in theory, his name. I thought it was a good match. I thought Cena was good, a little slow at times. I felt like he's showing his age a little bit, but he still held his own against a younger opponent, the champion. He actually had the win.
He did,
right?
So the ref got knocked out.
Right, ref got knocked out. So technically, he should have won, but he didn't. And it is what it is. But overall, I would say, what do you guys do that? 1 to 5 headlocks or 1 to what do you?
Well, it's usually 1 to 5. Like 6 is just like it was just
epic. Okay,
epic.
so I'm gonna say that match
as an opener.
3.5 headlocks. Can we do half? Is there such?
Yeah. Say we call that 3 headlocks and a Ric Flair chop.
Okay, 3. I'm gonna give it 3 headlocks and a Ric Flair chop.
Woo! Woo!
What'd you give it?
So actually, off the top of my head right now, I actually because of John Cena, he's slightly biased, but you know what? I'm gonna say 4 headlocks.
Nice.
I'm gonna say 4 headlocks. So I'm just going by what's on here, how they had the order. So the women's match, where you had the Ripley versus Flair.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about that? What headlocks are you giving that?
Okay, so that was a good match. That definitely was a good match. You weren't wrong about that. So when I watched your guys' show on Tuesday,
yeah.
You
come on in, brother.
Yeah.
Are you getting out of here?
Nope.
Come on, tell us about your thoughts of Mania. Come on in.
First of all, I'm gonna go for life.
Hey! You see the shirts?
Great performance for the show. Good beer, good friends.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Radio.
Hey, happy birthday to this guy, too. It's your birthday. The whole internet needs to know is this man just turned.
Right here,
This man just turned 21 years old for the 8th time.
He's going to drink for the first time, dude. We're all going to that room.
Hey!
I'll be back.
What?
So back to this match. I thought it was good back and forth. Listen, I know a lot of WWE fans aren't big on Charlotte Flair anymore. She's had the belt a gazillion times. I think 13 times.
Yeah.
That's a lot of times. But she's a hell of a wrestler. You can't knock what she does in the ring. I don't like her crying all the time. She cries every single match I've ever seen her, right? She seems to get upset somewhere in the match. That's a little annoying. But she put on a great show. And Rhea, which you guys call Mommy, did a really good job as well.
Oh, yeah, I
thought that was a very good match. I'm going to give that a 5. 5 headlocks because I thought it was nonstop.
We doing 5?
Yes, 5.
Woo! Hey, that's the same as you read my mind.
Really? Oh,
yeah.
All right. Okay.
I said, the women did their damn thing, and
they did. Traditionally, I don't like women wrestling.
Well, yeah, the old school because they're more like a side track.
Yeah, it's just that doesn't do it for me.
Yeah,
but today I will say a lot of women wrestling today. They've gotten it's night and day from the old.
Yeah, because you got to think like back then.
Way better. Yeah.
Well, back then, they were like swimsuit models.
Exactly. They taught like a couple moves.
Yeah, these women now they grew up on the product,
right, and they're actually training and I get it.
Yeah,
but this was but Charlotte, like I said, they both knew it was nonstop, and that's what you want to see out of a wrestling match, and the right person won. In my opinion,
and it was hard hitting too.
It was, man. That was.
They were trying to beat the hell out of each other.
The finisher was nuts off the top rope, right?
So now we're going down the line. This is out of order, but the main event: Usos versus Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens. Well, we were just fresh off.
We're going out of order on these matches. Okay, so Usos. I picked the Usos to win because they've held the belt for 2 years.
Yeah.
Let's be real. I know people are sick of them holding the belts, but they were legit champions, right?
Oh yeah.
They were great together. I didn't think that Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens were ready yet to be tag team champions, but maybe they're gonna, maybe WWE's gonna push them now moving forward. The problem I see with it, I'll be honest with you, when they mix single wrestlers together like this,
right,
is they're just tag team champions. Here comes Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. They're not gonna have a team name more than likely unless WWE winds up naming it. So it's just like it takes it away from me a little bit.
Which I do
on the
with
tag team side, tag team wrestling, and eventually that they're gonna wind up going back to being solo wrestlers.
Oh, yeah.
When the Usos, they may wrestle solo here and there, but they're known as a tag team. That's why I just don't like when they do this. Because how many times have you seen this happen before where it'll be a single wrestler and they team up with something, they win the belts, and they don't have it for long? Because they're not really meant for tag team. They're meant to be single wrestlers. It happens a lot.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't like that. So I'll give them credit. I like the fight that Sammy did. I like the three. It made sense, I guess, in the long run, but for this match. But I hope that they find a new tag, like maybe even the Usos win it back, or another tag team, a legit tag team winds up winning it back, or something like that. Because it takes it away from me. Tag teams should be tag teams. Yeah. Single wrestlers should be single wrestlers. Because if they're going to do this, my point is, then make it an official tag team, make yourself a name, and keep with it for a little while. Right. Don't just make it like where one wrestler guy comes out. The introduction's always different wrestlers, their names. It's never just the Usos. It's Kevin Owens and Cody. It's just Sami Zayn. I just don't like it. But either way, it was a good match. I'm going to give it. I got to give it a 5. Again, another 5. Yeah. I give it a solid 4. Okay. Solid 4. I just like the kickouts. It was exciting at the end there. The emotions. You thought the Usos had it at one point, right? And then you thought Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens had it at one point, and then they kicked out. So there was a little back and forth. You didn't know what was going on. Yeah. And then the ending, which I thought a lot of you heard upstairs because we were downstairs watching. People were getting freaking crazy when Sami Zayn was kicking this dude 3 times in the face, and they knew the writing was on the wall at that point, right?
I definitely agree with you. Like 9 times out of 10, I think the only thing that makes these two guys different because they have 20 years of history together. So they're like best friends. One minute, next minute they're trying to kill each other. Right. Best friends kill each other. So eventually they will get the belts off on because they end up like trying to kill each other again, but. I think everybody just relieved that we got the belts off the Usos. Now that eventually they'll split the belts back up where you have SmackDown. SmackDown have their own tag champs. Monday Night Raw will have their own tag champs. Yeah. So I think that's what everybody's more relieved about. Okay. So going to next, I said we're gonna go to I think was a dud. At least the Becky Lynch Alita versus Trish Stratus and Damage Control.
I periodically watch it because it just wasn't good. Yeah. There was just not a lot of excitement in this match. Not that I expected it, I'll be honest with you. Yeah. But I expected a little better, and it just didn't happen for me. It was a little sloppy at times. Yeah. The crowd seemed a little out of it at times with that match. I'm going to give that match a 1, and I'm being nice about it.
So when you give a match a 1, what we call that one?
What do we call it?
Straight booty cheeks.
Oh, it's straight booty cheeks. Straight Rikishi booty cheeks.
Rikishi cheeks.
Right? Rikishi cheeks. Okay.
Yep, straight Rikishi cheeks.
So yeah, that's what that is. That's Rikishi cheeks.
Just to give you guys like that, if there's a match that's so bad that it was just like it should have been booked in the first place, you wish that whoever produced that match should be like suspended. Then that's the Shockmaster. That's like -1.
That's true. That is
-1. If there's any match in the future that you might think is like that bad, remember that's a Shockmaster match. But this was a Rikishi Booty Cheeks match.
Yeah, this was bad.
Yeah. So for the most part, going into it, didn't even care. Came out of it, didn't even care. That's how I feel.
Meant nothing, yeah.
Yeah, and I agree. I'll give it a Booty Cheeks rating. Then your other favorite one, Seth Rollins versus Logan Paul.
All right, so I picked Seth Rollins, and he won.
Yeah.
And I was right by finisher.
Right.
And listen, man, Seth Rollins legit, man. He's been in the business a while. Crowd love Seth Rollins. He's a good wrestler for the most
The
part.
drip he had on the night.
Awesome. Yeah, drip. Good entertainer in the ring. Logan Paul's not ready. However, I'll give Logan Paul a lot of credit. I think he is getting better in the ring. 1,000%. He surprises me because he is athletic as hell.
Yeah.
If WWE if they really think Logan Paul and Logan Paul wants to take it serious, they got to start. He needs to be there more often.
Oh yeah.
He needs to be on the Raw shows or SmackDown. He needs to become part of the main roster on one of those things and start putting work in. Well, and work meaning by really getting matches going, getting some steam, getting some real storylines where it could build up, and then we start going, okay, I can see Logan Paul beating a Seth Rollins. But I just didn't see it because he's fresh, he's new. He's not there yet. He's
an attraction.
For now, but if he wants to take it serious, he could. Like I think he could, but there's a lot to work on.
Let me ask you a question. As a WCW guy, instead of Dave Arquette, what if Logan Paul came in there with the skill set he has? Because you've seen Logan Paul for a minute now.
Yeah.
If Logan Paul went in there and won the WCW title,
I would still be mad. 100%, dude. I would have been. Listen, I still would have been upset tonight. He's not ready. Like same with Pat McAfee. Like him beating the Miz tonight. And I know we'll get to that later. I don't like that. I just don't, man. Miz is a professional. He's been in the ring for a while. You're gonna have this guy Punter coming. I get it. McAfee's a little athletic and shit, but McAfee usually I don't like it. Like I don't like
because McAfee usually has like one match like every year or so.
Right, and
because he's like a side. He's an entertaining announcer, but he's like a side attraction. Yeah, side attraction when it comes to the ring.
And kudos to the Miz for letting it, because clearly he.
He's in it.
Yeah, give me my money. Yeah, you know what I mean, I'm all for the business. You know?
Miz just laying down, doing the job.
Yeah, I get that. But at the end of the day, though, like I don't, as a fan, it's like because Pat McAfee's an attraction, like you said. He's not going to be on Raw the next week or SmackDown every week. No, you know what I mean. Miz will be. Miz will have another storyline eventually.
Oh yeah.
So it's like, and then you kind of make Miz look a little soft there. I don't know.
Well, they've been booking him like that for like the last 4 or 5 years.
Jeez, against
and I stand by what I say with the Miz. The Miz is like a modern day Roddy Piper. He's like our generation Piper.
Yeah.
So to see him, do a job like that to a crowd favorite, especially a favorite, entertainer. I'm not mad at it. Because
I get it.
I think because it is what's expected.
There's nothing there too for him right now. I get it. I mean, but I will say this though, he's still dead. If you're entertaining, no matter what your age is, and we've seen it with Hogan, we've seen it with Macho Man, right? When they still could be popular over with the crowd, they still can win belts because as long as you're over, it doesn't matter your age or how long they can still revive. And put him in another storyline and give him a boost later on. Yeah. He's not that old. You know what I mean? Like, Cena's way older. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying, like, I don't know if it's over for them. Like, if Miz is only selling out now. Eventually, they might push Miz again. But right now, it seems like that's what he's doing.
Yeah, I mean, Miz, he's pretty much a guy who's riding the mid-card. Every once in a while, they put him on an Intercontinental belt run. Yeah. And he's almost like an ambassador for the company. Yeah. That just wrestles. Yeah, because he does a lot of with the reality shows. With him
and maybe that's where they're pushing him now.
Yeah,
maybe they see a different, way for him in the wrestling, but in the entertainment side of things.
Yeah,
but either way. So, what was the match we were talking about?
I thought that was a Seth Rollins.
Okay. So I got to give that okay. So Seth Rollins,
Logan Paul.
I'm going to give that a. God, it wasn't the greatest. I'm going to say a 3.
Okay,
3 headlocks. I think that's fair. Wasn't like overly exciting, but it was good. I'm going to give it 3 headlocks. 3.5. I'm going to be nice. 3.5. I thought 3.5 is pretty fair for that match. 3.5 headlocks.
I'll give it another.
Woo, 4. Okay, that's a hey. Okay. I know you're turning into you like Logan Paul. You're starting to become Logan Paul.
Listen, ever since this podcast started, I have been preaching the gospel of the one they call Logan Paul.
Okay. I mean, like I said, he has potential, but you got to put the work in. That's my problem.
Well, because to me, I don't look at him as a regular superstar. I just look at him as an attraction.
That's okay. So I'm gonna throw a wrestler out there. Maybe you're too young or whatever. Even me, I'm too young. I'm too old for it. Young for it. I wasn't around this time.
Okay.
Andy Kaufman.
Right.
Terrible wrestler.
But he's a wonderful attraction.
But an attraction piece, big time. Great on the mic, great storyline, believable. People believed it. Like that he was really being a dick and suing. And, that was great. He didn't need to know how to wrestle. Yeah. But I will say the difference. Andy Kaufman was there. He
knew how to work the crowd.
Yeah, and that was right. He would do he loved wrestling. Does Logan Paul love wrestling?
Yeah. All I gotta say is, what a show! Night 1, Dr. Love's in the house, and guess what? We got T-Dog right here. You know what? Good show. We got another show tomorrow night. Tomorrow.
Cha.
I will say too, great show, but Bullet Club for life. So get out of here, brother. Bullet Club. Look, hey, look. I know what he's talking about. It's 4 like blocking his face. We're gonna drive safe. Travis. Quick thought. Out of 5 headlocks, what do you get tonight rating?
I'm giving it a 4.
4 headlocks. Okay, that's fair.
I'm 4.
Okay. Yeah, you get home safe.
Absolutely.
Grazie.
How it is.
What's that in there? Wait, hold on. Open that door. Hold on, we got a CBL. Come on.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go, baby.
That's right, baby.
Okay, out of 5 headlocks, what are you giving tonight's rating?
I'm giving it 3 headlocks.
Okay, that's why I'm
That's what I think I gave it 3. Yeah. Nice.
That makes sense. You're talking about Prime Time Incorporated. So you're talking about a tag team that was dominant on its own.
That's right, baby.
But great as a tag team.
That's right. Great individually, but this is where the sum is greater than each of the parts. That's the thing.
We've had plenty of badass fights against each other. I don't want to talk about the goddamn potting soil or the gutter. I don't want to talk about that. All I want to say is we got this shit locked on.
With the gutter recoil.
There you go. Yes.
Are you want to join us for a minute, Chris, or are you getting out of here?
You know what? I will join you for a minute.
Nice.
Okay. So here's what I'm going to do, because I got to use the restroom. Okay. So, Chris, this is George. You can talk about tonight for a second.
Certainly.
So, I mean.
Okay.
So where were you left? Oh, we were talking about Andy Kaufman compared to the Logan Paul situation.
Certainly. Okay.
Oh, so real quick, the only matches left that were was the Mysterio and then the boring men's match. I'll be right back.
Right.
Let's talk about Andy.
We'll probably get back in time. Yeah. So I was bringing it up because he was talking about Logan Paul. He's been pushing Logan Paul.
Right.
My thing is with this. I think Logan Paul has potential to be a good wrestler in the WWE. However, you gotta want it. In my opinion, you gotta want it. He needs to make that. If you're gonna do this, go be on Raw, be on SmackDown. This is how you start building storylines. You can't just be on it whenever they need you, and it just doesn't build up any kind of momentum for a real story or for fans to get behind you. And I was bringing up Andy Kaufman because at least Andy Kaufman came in, terrible wrestler, but he had a storyline, he had a gimmick, and then he had a feud, and it was a long feud with Jerry Lawler, and it built, and they went on shows. Like, that's how you do it. You can't do it with a guy that doesn't just
so
right.
To piggyback on that, Andy Kaufman worked, and this is, everything was a house show back in early 80s.
Memphis.
And down in Memphis.
Memphis. That's what he said.
Where he would go, Memphis, Tennessee.
Memphis, Tennessee.
But yeah, he worked Evansville, Louisville, Memphis, and then, they had some other spot shows. He would be there. Now,
he loved it.
Logan Paul not only,
by the way, took no money.
Zero. Never cashed the checks.
Cashed the checks.
What a class act right there.
Because he loved it.
because he loved it.
Yeah.
He
He had
understood.
the money, he didn't care. Yeah.
He understood the psychology of wrestling,
Right.
and that's more important than anything. And
Right.
so with Logan Paul, I think they're using him because he has so many Instagram followers.
Right.
Now let's face it. Now, no one wants to bring up that some of you can buy a amount of followers.
Oh yeah,
too,
of course.
Yeah, I'm not saying that he bought 23 million of them, but I'm
Yeah.
saying that they can easily be inflated.
Right.
So, but Logan Paul's never did a WWE house show.
Right.
He's never done so. Until he does that, and until he works the rounds, works the circuit some, and you can build a program that way from the grassroots up.
Right.
Because when people see it at a live event, a WWE live event, then they feel a greater connection to it, and you start to build a groundswell combined with the television.
Right.
That's what Roman Reigns eventually got over as a heel. Because he was pushed as a heel with Paul Heyman, but he's been champion this long.
Yeah.
But he's worked every house show.
Exactly. That's my
he's
point.
been a tireless.
Now,
worker.
even if you really want, we were the guy we were just talking about, The Miz. The Miz
Yes.
started
Yes.
with MTV. He really wanted to be a wrestler.
Yes.
But what is the difference between Miz and
Logan
Logan Paul? Is Miz, this is what he wanted, right? Wrestling was all like that was. So he built his character. He did it. He went to every show. He started off small. He did dark shows, whatever, to make it. I don't think Logan Paul. That's not where his mind's at. His mind. He's not just like his brother Jake in boxing. That's not his number one love. He has other things that he's doing, and that's okay. But that's why I'm not believing like Logan Paul should get any big win in any big show.
Did Miz work HWA or OVW or something before he went to the main roster?
No, he just went. He did Tough Enough, and then he basically just went to like he was in Real World.
That's
Well,
I'm sure he
I'm
has-
talking about as far as like in the what's he got to do?
I'm sure he had some house shows or
Yeah, yeah, I'm sure stuff like that.
right, dark matches. I'm
Sure,
sure
he did a little bit of FCW.
Well,
Yeah, there you go.
He was on
Florida
Yeah,
championship wrestling.
Is Logan Paul working the NXT circuit? You know how they have the two.
Of course,
Because he's the side of the track.
that's what I'm saying. So when we were talking about
Andy Kaufman.
Andy Kaufman
worked every show.
and he built up a thing with Lawler that dragged on where people were like buying into it and believing it. They hated Kaufman, even though they knew he couldn't wrestle. And he broke his neck supposedly, and he was getting sold. It was such a great
He
story.
sold that neck, and he
And then the Letterman show. The Letterman
everything.
he went on the set of Taxi. He's wearing the neck brace on the set of Taxi, and they had to stop production for like several days, and then they finally said, "Dude, you're gonna have to take it off." Well, if I have to, I have to.
Right.
Well, but he was insistent.
He
that level.
bought into right. He loved wrestling.
Does Logan Paul, is he interested
See,
in
I
that?
don't think so. I think he's athletic. I think he's a character. I think he has the followers. But I don't think real, true wrestling fans will never really, until he actually takes it for real. Because WWE can't push him. They can never give him a
Well,
belt.
yeah, because I think the only win he's got is against The Miz. Yeah, because he got one loss, one win with The Miz.
Right.
That's about it. Everything else, he just comes in as an attraction, and he just entertains for about 15 minutes.
So I'm going to give that match, because we're talking about that one now, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna say 2.5.
2.5, okay.
And I'm being nice. It's either 2.5. But there were some good moves by Logan, I'll say. Miz kind of just got his butt.
I can't remember what I said earlier. Oh, 3.5.
Wow, okay, so I give 2.5. So
Because I think
not
that's
too far away from each other.
Well, just for me, as long as you come in and you be entertaining.
Yeah.
So
I didn't like I'll be honest with you, I'll tell you why it kind of dropped a little bit. I didn't like the guy in the bottle. What's his name? K something.
KSI.
Yeah, like that was like you couldn't have found someone else.
I thought it was going to be his brother.
Give that the fucking deal.
Or like we were talking.
He called it on our podcast. He said,
So I thought, me personally, I thought it was going to be his brother Jake.
I thought
Because last time when he was in the ring, like with a match like that, like when he fought against Roman, because at the time Logan was a face, and when the Usos and everybody came out, you know, that Jake kind of came out and kind of helped out. So I just thought Jake was going to be the bottom again.
I thought, and what maybe would have been smarter for WWE is it would have been somebody who beat KSI in the back. He didn't know, and it was somebody else. Like you were, I think somebody said
they would leave KSI laying in the back.
Right, and it would be somebody else thinking he'd be thinking it's his guy.
That's why I wish it was.
They would have been smoother that way.
Yeah.
KSI did nothing. What did he do? He didn't absolutely not. The only thing he got in the way a little bit, but there was nothing there. So
yeah, that's why I said I think it would have been better if it was his brother,
brother or somebody else. You know,
if it was his brother, you go okay. You know, these two dastardly brothers are up to no good.
And they're always, you know,
I will
has each other's backs.
I will say this: we have night 2.
We do,
and we still have a championship upon us. So I'll say we're Doc. Hey, I know, and give us our still championship.
That's right.
So as far as that goes,
there's a lot next match.
So the next match that we had and we were talking about.
There's a lot right that we're talking about now.
So it was basically we were talking about the Mysterios.
Oh, Mysterio. Okay, that was an entertaining match.
Yeah,
I love the fact that they're making Dom look like, or he's making himself look like this hardcore prisoner all times. And they brought him out
like he's nailed or something.
Yeah, in the policeman. Come on. He's done hard time. But I like it. He's cocky. He gets in his mother's face. His mother slapped him.
He makes you really hate him.
Right, yeah. Like, oh, how can he do this?
He's learning how to be a heat seeker.
Yeah. And I like that. That's do it all out. If you're going to be a heel, go all out. Don't cut corners.
Well, I think that's what made it work for him because he's found this groove. He says, okay, let me just see how much I can piss you off every night.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
right.
Let's see how much of an antagonizing person I can be.
Yeah.
Every night.
And I got to give Ray credit.
And what makes it work? Oh, real quick. What makes Dominic work now, as far as the heel, is that he's a cowardly heel.
Yes, he is.
You know, being a chicken shit heel. That's
which is great. Those are great too. Those are funny. Yeah. I mean, really, too.
Yo.
I say,
and being in the faction, in the faction.
We're just talking about
Dominic
WrestleMania.
Can be the cowardly heel because he's got Damian Priest to back him up, Finn Balor to back him up, Rhea to back him up too.
You'll be here for night 2. You'll be here tomorrow.
It allows him. He can play the chicken shit. He can do that and build his character that way. I like his progression. I do. I just like that they gave Ray that. I'll be honest with you. I like that they gave him the win because he's getting to the end of his career. He is.
He just got inducted in the Hall of Fame, so it'd be kind of shitty for them to give it to his son. You know what I mean? Like the win after Hall of Fame. I don't know. I'm just.
Well, look at Ric Flair. Ric Flair basically went to Hall of Fame Saturday night. Basically got the daylight kicked out of my Shawn Michaels Sunday.
Yeah.
Right. But that's not his son.
Sure.
Right.
I just feel like if Dominic would have went over, like if Dominic would have won. It would just made a bigger piece of it.
It would have, but I think they did this more for Ray.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, I think Dom's not over though. That's the thing. It's not like because Ray won, it's over. Dom's done. Like he's going to continue to be this badass.
This program's going to continue.
Yeah. He's going to find something. Yeah. He'll find a new person to feud with.
Let me ask you this question, Chris. So Ray winning tonight, obviously because Triple H is, creative and booking.
Yes.
If Vince McMahon was in charge, would Ray have still won, or would he have left on his back?
Ray would have left on his back.
Okay.
Dominic would have won if Vince McMahon was in charge. Yes.
Okay.
But Triple H being in charge of creative, he sees the value and sees the moment of having, Ray's wife and his other. His daughter there too, and having a family moment like that.
Yeah.
Yes, but Vince McMahon is funny in that he likes to. Number one, he if there's a surprise element, he'll go for that. That's why with Austin Theory winning, it made me think, well, that's Vince's boy, and hey. Goddamn, no one expects this. It's a surprise. no one expects John Cena to lose. I mean, you can't see him, but he did, and that's where I was. That's my line of thinking.
Right.
But because he signed that talent contract just recently, Vince McMahon did, so he is back on the talent payroll. In addition to being executive chairman now for 2 years. So that's where is he trying to maneuver his way creatively, or is he going to let Triple H be head of creative? This is this period where we don't know for sure. But yeah, if it was Vince, Ray be on his back.
Oh,
You go out on your back is the idea.
But do you think that's Ray's final match then?
No.
Okay, so exactly. So just like John Cena, I don't think that was John Cena's final, because you want to have John Cena lose on his way out the door, right? You know what I mean? I just don't like. I don't. Like, has there been a wrestler? Match, no. I mean, I'm just saying, has there been a wrestler, like a Hall of Famer, to just lose to somebody that was beneath him?
Oh yeah, Kurt Angle, Baron Corbin.
See, that shouldn't happen though.
Yeah, it shouldn't have, because it should have been AJ Styles.
You know what I mean? Yeah, like I don't mind if you lose like a good match. You know what I mean? Like Hogan's last match with The Rock or something.
Kurt Angle did put over a lot of people that were beneath him, though.
Right. Well, I'm saying like the fight, but like his final match.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Like, him being the Hall of Famer, Hall of Fame career.
Exactly.
You had basically let it be Baron Corbin.
Right. Like you should be like he should be Baron. You know what I mean?
Like especially at Mania.
Right. So
why not? Like that's a move where you should be like, okay, let AJ Styles do it. Because at the time, I think AJ Styles, I think was still a heel. Yeah. So it was like it basically would have wrote itself.
Like I think Cena, they'll give him like his last match, he'll win, or he'll lose, but it'll be an epic match versus, like The Rock, like I said, Rock versus Cena. I mean Rock versus Hogan. Hogan.
Hey, who knows? 5 years from now, it could be Montez Ford.
It could be. I mean,
hey, you never know. But if it's an epic match, it don't matter. Like the crowd will accept you going out on your. Something tells me shield, you lost a great match.
Something tells me Street Profits look for the Raw coming up 2 days from now. Look for Montez to break free from the Profits and go his own road.
Oh yeah, like I said, me personally, I thought the season was going to be planned tonight, but maybe it starts on Raw.
I'm thinking on Raw because the seeds of dissension are going to start being sown. I think with that because Montez has a clear future here, and I think did you mention that maybe Dawkins would go back to the Hurt business or
like so I believe Nick, Dr. Love, he was the one that he could see him going to the Hurt business. I wouldn't be mad at the idea, but I think that with Dawkins, he's basically have to go back to the Performance Center. They're going to have to figure out how to repackage him. If it's not the Hurt business, then he might as well be on his way out the door. Unfortunately, it sucks. It's the business, but
yeah.
Well, I get down to 4 headlocks, by the way. Just
Mysterios. Oh yeah. The roller coaster, the roller coaster ride that they took us on for 12 minutes.
I thought it was fun. Yeah. The entrance was pretty cool and funny. Yeah. The video package.
Oh, did you know
the match was good?
So as I was bringing it out to Mr. Mafia over here,
yes.
Did you notice? So obviously Ray had it kind of like a Flash thing color, but did you notice his helmet kind of like was shaped like the Great Muta?
A little bit.
That's all I kept seeing. Now, obviously, Muta being Japanese, Ray being, as far as Spanish. I kept looking at it, and I'm sure, they might have crossed paths a few times here and there. But I was like, maybe it was a tribute to the Muta. It was just the way the helmet, like, you get a chance, go back and look at some of the photos of how his mask looked tonight, and the head shape just looked, to me, it looked like Great Muta.
I thought Ray paid tribute a little bit there to Eddie in the Lowrider.
Oh yeah.
Even though it wasn't lowrider because it had, no hydraulics.
Right.
But it was an old school car. And
it was in LA.
It was LA, yeah. So a little bit. I still don't like that. If you're gonna do the Eddie thing, though, come on a little.
Yeah.
I mean,
in my opinion,
a nice chrome paint job.
Yeah. No, it was a nice car, no doubt. And yeah, Snoop driving, pretty funny, but yeah. I mean, so that's where I'm at, man. I thought it was a good day one. I think it was great. I thought it was good.
I think it was pretty solid.
I thought it was good.
You know, that's
There's nothing wrong with it. As long as it's not bad, I'm gonna give it a good.
Yeah.
What did I get? 3.5 tonight.
I was saying 3.5.
Yeah,
for day one overall.
It is day one. I mean, you know, the 3.5. I thought there were some bad matches. The girl matches were bad. The one Trish Stratus, that was a no-go. You know, but and there was a couple other matches that didn't really, you know, the Pat McAfee one didn't really do it for me.
Yeah.
So there was some that you know, kind of got the crowd. I thought the crowd wasn't that crazy either.
Oh, at that point it was a cool down.
Yeah, no, I mean altogether, I mean they were popping, but I've heard better crowds. Maybe day two they'll be popping harder. But I mean, tonight was okay for WrestleMania. For that many people, 80,000 should have been popping. You know what I mean? But
that's what I remember too. Is in the stadium. So by them being in the stadium, you know, so the sound goes up.
Yeah, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong.
A lot of times, because wrestlers talk about, like, especially Jericho. Granted, you know, Jericho versus Triple H. They talked about they was wondering if the crowd was dead at the end of that headline of 18. But granted, because most of the crowd was tired from Hogan versus Rock. Like I said, the sound goes up, so a lot of times
true.
in the stadium,
they
don't, because it's weird to know, you know, kind of throws them off because they try to bounce off the crowd energy, and when the sound goes up, you know, the crowd is into it, but they can't really tell.
But that's in Skydome. That building is like that though, where it's almost like it would eat crowd response.
Well, yeah, like if they were like in what's it, Seahawks Stadium, where it amplifies noise.
That's true. Yeah. But I mean, no, overall it was a good show. I'm not gonna complain.
Like me personally, I enjoyed it.
Oh,
except for those tag matches, I could care less about.
There's gonna always be
some bathroom breaks, some duds.
Yes, always. Even boxing cards. Every UFC, there's some bad fights. I mean, you know what I mean. So
the bathroom breaks.
You can't expect a great fight, great match, every single one. And you, like you said, you have to have some fillers. I think they have to throw something together.
You have to have a period because you want to
even on shows. It's like
you want to have a roller coaster. You don't want to because it's impossible.
Crazy match every
up and up.
Yeah, I agree.
Because the crowd will be tired halfway through, and then you have your main event. They'll be dead for a main event.
Yep. What WCW used to do at Smart, they would do the luchador things. They'd give you the wrestling.
Yes.
Then they would give you some duddy matches, and they would give you the main, you know, slow main card, but it worked.
How about this uncensored 99 WCW? Look at what started. Mikey Whipwreck and Kidman's opened it, but then you have our boy Virgil / Vincent versus my actually, and I'm not sarcastic. I like Stevie Ray. In fact, you know, Slapjack, because he had both. The actual slapjack, and then he had an elevated pedigree. I call it face first pile driver,
right?
But it's like a hanging. But he called that the slapjack too.
Yeah.
Well, then I guess Vincent / Virgil, Mike Jones, he got mad backstage. He was hot because Mikey and Kidman tore the house down in that opening match. Yeah. He said, well, we can't follow that. So, you know, how can we try to do this Harlem street fight in Louisville, Kentucky, and have any crowd interest? Well, there wasn't.
But that's a bad match. Vincent.
So what can you expect though? You have an opening match that tears the house down. You do have to have a match that because you gotta have
that wave, man.
So they shouldn't have been disappointed. They should say, look, it's a payday. Take it easy. You know, don't, you know where you are on the card. Just take it easy. Use it as an opportunity.
Right. Yeah. But yeah, overall, man, guys, I thought it was a great night one, day one. Dr. Love, once again, hosting us at his house.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to Doc.
We sound a little too long. He'll be right here.
little bit. It's all good.
Mafia.
We'll be back tomorrow.
We got Mr. Can we give you 3 initials, or we just go by Chris?
Just go by Chris, but CGM, Chris.
Chris, he knows his W stuff. I still gotta get this guy to watch WCW rerun.
Listen, 2026 we'll get there. Listen, guys. On that note, y'all be happy, y'all be good, and y'all be safe. Most importantly, be good.
We're out. Peace.
Take care now.
Oh, you were on mine.
Yeah, I couldn't figure out how to
That's
get the
all right.
hour, so I just said,